Welcome back to Chicago Independent Television. Third-party candidates have been increasingly popular because they challenge corporate-dominated politics. In the 2010 elections, they were blocked from ballots, debates, and media coverage. We'll learn more about what went on behind the scenes in this next segment.
Third-party candidates hold the key to democracy, but were locked out of all of the debates that were televised in Chicago. These were sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Illinois and the City Club of Chicago and televised on WLS ABC 7 and WTTW. We report in more detail on the League of Women Voters of Illinois gubernatorial debate exclusion. Even though Lex Green, Rich Whitney, and Scott Lee Cohen were on the ballot, the requirements set by the League of Women Voters of Illinois excluded all of them. Rich Whitney protested what he called a catch-22.
We basically put on a public pressure campaign, and despite that, the leadership of the league in Illinois circled its wagons and said, no, sorry, we're not changing it. And so this faux debate went on last night at WLS in Chicago, but we did not give up at all. Even then, just prior to and while it was occurring, we had a protest demonstration outside the studios in downtown Chicago, and we let WLS as well as the league know that there are many people that were not happy with this decision. We had, I'd say at the height of it, maybe about 100 people there last night outside the studios with a sea of green T-shirts saying, no, let Rich debate. Rich should have been included in this debate.
We invite all of the candidates who demonstrate what we call a meaningful level of voter interest.
The rules that they set were that to be included in the debate, you needed to show support in a public opinion poll of greater than 10%, and the public opinion poll had to be one that was published not more than 30 days before Election Day, but not less than 5 days before the event. Relying on polls in the first place, well, why even do that? That's putting the cart before the horse. That's probably my biggest single objection. It's a catch-22. How do you do better in the polling unless you have media exposure? Secondly, there's a huge problem, though, with the polls themselves. Legitimate news organizations like AP that used to conduct polls where you had at least some faith in their numbers, they're no longer doing it anymore. Instead, you have organizations like the Rasmussen Group and the Chicago Tribune, and it's black box polling. We have no idea what poll they use. We have nothing. They won't tell us what their methods are. We don't know who they're calling. We don't know how they're framing the question. We don't know, for example, are they telling the people who they contact, do you choose Quinn, Brady, or other? And then only if the person answers other do they tell you, well, which other? I mean, there's all kinds of ways to bias these polls. So this is totally ludicrous to be depending on public opinion polls on so many levels.
I understand they have to have standards so that not anybody off the street can say, hey, I'm running for governor, put me on TV, and then they make a mockery of the whole system. However, I think that a good standard would be, are you on the ballot? Because 50,000 people signed our petition to get us on the ballot, actually 48,000. And that is 43,000 more than the Republicans and Democrats had to get to sign their petition. So, which means we are 9.5 times more legitimate than they are when it comes to getting on the ballot.
Rich Whitney has initiated a lawsuit alleging nonpartisan conduct against the League of Women Voters of Illinois and WTTW. Why did the League of Women Voters of Illinois go against public demand, even risk violating the terms of their nonprofit charter, which requires nonpartisan conduct, and insist on excluding all third-party candidates from one of the only televised debates in Chicago? Perhaps we can extrapolate from the League of Women Voters presidential debates. Democracy Now! Interviewed George Farah of Open Debates in October 2008. Investigation revealed that there are secret contracts between the Committee on Presidential Debates and nonprofit organizations sponsoring debates, including the League of Women Voters. The contracts almost always exclude third-party candidates in order to protect the Democrats and Republicans from criticism of their corporate-friendly platforms. And the main sponsors of the committee are lobbyists for Anheuser-Busch and the gambling industry. Secret contracts, black box, and biased polling. Donors who neglect to be involved in the governance process of the organizations that sponsor the debates. These are the main problems with the debate process today. Concerned citizens should watch the relevant Democracy Now! Episode, listen to the full Chicago Indie Media interview with Rich Whitney, and visit opendebates.org to get involved in solving these problems. I'm David Kennedy, and this has been Chicago Independent Television.
You've been watching Chicago Independent Television, a project of the Chicago Independent Media Center Video Collective. The Independent Media Center is a growing worldwide network of media producers, journalists, citizens, and activists, working to put the media in the hands of everyday people and away from corporate and commercial interests. To learn more, visit our website at chicago.indiemedia.org. There you can find out about upcoming Chicago area events and how to get involved in making your own media, including how to help make this very TV show. Thanks for watching. See you next time.